Hello and welcome, bookworms. Welcome to this week's episode of The Contented Narrative. As you see, my Christmas lights are up, and because I do film these videos in batches, you'll probably have Christmas lights in the back of my videos until probably about mid-January. So I promise I'm not I'm not one of those people that have their Christmas lights up for the whole of January. They will come down sort of like after New Year's Day, but because I film in batches, they will be here until mid-January. So anyway, so this week's episode, we're looking at Soul Wringer by Dick Wybrow. Now, this book I sort of saw as I was scrolling through Facebook, and it was one of those where it was like, she could become the dead, and I was like, oh, that looks exciting. So I clicked on it, and it only cost me like 99p from Amazon for a Kindle version. So I was like, okay, give it a go. If I like it, I'll buy it paperback. If I'm not 100% on it, it's only cost me 99p. It's not the end of the world. So basically what happens is we have Viv, who is a lovely American, who it starts off with her being chased through an abandoned mall by two people in black. And they're trying to tase her and kidnap her, essentially. And then we find out it's because she's a soul ringer. Now, what a soul ringer is they can touch something of the dead. And when they're in a heightened sense, so when they're sort of like worried or scared, or, they've got a heightened sense of emotion, but not anger, they can turn into that person. So, for example, say that, I had something of my nonno's, and what would happen is, as in a heightened sense, I've got it and I've then become my nonno. And then on the inside, you've got that person's soul trying to be like, I want to take over now. Some are happy to go back to wherever, but some want to take over. And so that's kind of where it is. And then you've got Colin, who's a guardian that comes out to help Viv. And then I have a feeling it's gonna be setting up for an adventure and a book series, because it's left like it concludes the story that's in this book. So that's one thing I will say, is it concludes the story that's in this book. However, it does leave it open to a whole world where it can go further, where it can introduce new characters, where it can kind of take it the next step. So it is one that, like, if you're looking for a book series, this is the only one out so far. It's only been released this year. So I, literally, in regards to sort of, like, when the next book will be out, who knows? I might read the next book. So the story itself was interesting. The premise was really interesting. I quite liked the characters. I like the settings. They do end up back in England and, from jolly old England, me. But yeah, so I enjoyed it. It was quite interesting to sort of, like, follow the characters, to hit, like, to see the stuff that they get into. And you've not just got the soul ringers, you've got the antimorphs as well, and you've got like earth, wind, fire, but they can turn into like birds, or turn into fish, or turn into mice. And it was really quite fun, like, reading those characters and coming across those characters, and I quite enjoyed it, to be honest. It's not one that I'm likely to go back to and reread, so I don't know if I will buy the paperback, but I did really enjoy it. So I might, if I see more coming out in that series, I might buy the next one, because I was quite taken with Colin and Viv, and I did quite like the little adventure that they ended up on. So, I mean, I would say definitely give it a read. It's a fun little romp of an adventure, and honestly, as I said, I enjoyed it. But again, everyone's different. I completely understand. But so I would say give it a go. As I said, I got it on Kindle, but you can buy it paperback, or is it out in hardback? Either way, so you can buy it however you like. You can even ask the local library if they've got it to rent, to borrow. Even rent, honestly, that's for DVDs, to borrow. But yeah, so let me know what you think below in the comments. Thank you so much for your continued support. I see we're creeping up there with the subscribers, so I'm hoping that we'll hit 500 at some point. But we're getting there. So thank you to every single one of you that subscribes to my channel. Thank you to every single one of you that watches my videos. Keep sharing them. Keep it, explain, like, basically just keep doing what you're doing. And if you're reading books and you love it and you let me know, I'll happily try and add it into my extensive to be read list. But thank you so much, and remember to always keep it contento.